Right, guys, in this video, I want to talk about why it is that the films that parents are often creating of their family don't evoke a memory like they should do. Now, it's all down to the way in which the brain actually works. If you think about it, the brain is wired to actually focus on the things that help it to thrive and to survive. Those are the most important brain functions, and it's how it keeps us alive. So, when you're walking into a reception at a wedding, for example, you go into this big old room, the first thing your brain is doing, whether you're conscious of it or not, is doing things like scanning for where are the exits, how do I get out, where are the toilets, because these are the things that are going to be important for you should an emergency happen. What it's not doing is going in and saying, how many people in this room have a blue hat, how many people are wearing a red dress, unless you're someone who is wearing a red dress and you've already created and built up that element of significance and importance around the red dress because you're wearing one, at which point you'll pick up on the red dresses. So the key thing is actually having stuff which is significant happening in front of you and making your brain recognize it as significant and important. But the problem is that when parents are filming things, so often what they do is they pick up their phone, they press record, and then they press stop at the end of it, and then they put it in their pocket and they forget about it. There's no conscious, real effort that's gone into the actual making of that minute-long clip. So what happens is that the brain will often just forget about that particular moment and the circumstances around it. Now, if you start to actually film with intention of creating memories, then all of a sudden you have to think a little bit about, well, what's going on in front of me? Why is this particular scene important? What is it that makes me enjoy this moment with my kid or whatever it is? And therefore, you then got to think about how it is that you're going to capture it. Where do I get my wide shot, my medium shot, my close-up shot? How do I move about the scene to actually capture it in a way which is going to make a story from it? And all of the time when you're doing that, the brain is starting the process of committing this particular moment into the long-term memory banks, because you are automatically saying this is significant enough for me to be filming in a different way. So that's the very beginnings of it. Now, when you come to edit the film afterwards, you are continuing that process of adding significance. And in the act of editing, you're having to revisit that particular moment and make decisions about what was important, why you, what music you're going to have, which is going to show you the same, or take back and give you that same emotion, and those sorts of things. That's the second layer of creating significance around it and actually committing it to memory. Then the third layer is when you actually watch it back and you get that kind of warm, fuzzy feeling watching a beautiful moment of your kid doing whatever. And it can be anything from, eating their breakfast through to doing a zip, or it could be a big day out at Disneyland, But all these things, when you watch them back, they take you back and they make you feel what you felt at that particular moment. And that's where the cycle then comes back into it. And later on in life, when you're looking back at these things, what you find is that the memory of the actual event and the memory of you watching the film of the event actually kind of just become a brand new memory. It's a new experience watching that thing back, and you get to a stage where you're not sure whether you're remembering the thing or you're remembering watching the thing. But essentially it's the same thing, because your brain, imagination and memory are actually using the exact same bits of your brain. So what you need to do as a parent is you need to actually film differently. Rather than standing and filming one particular film, you need to actually start filming with the intention of creating a memory. Now, if you're someone who has kids and you're looking to actually start creating not just beautiful films, but actually creating a memory bank for your kids and a legacy that they can look back on in years to come, then I've created a video series called The 5-Minute Memory, and it takes you through how you can do this as a parent, how you can trick the brain into remembering any moment that you want it to, how you can do it in minutes. And the fact is, you don't need to be creative in order to do this. Any parent with a phone can do it. And you don't need massive amounts of time to do it either. You can, within the space of 5 minutes, you can create a beautiful little memory of a moment, 5-minute memory that you are going to look back on in years to come if you do it right. So there should be a link around here somewhere which you can click on. It can take you through, and there is a free 3-part training series called the 5-Minute Memory Makeover, which you can watch. All you need to do, enter your email address, and I'll send those across to you. All the best, and I will catch you in the next video.